So, um, the reason why I make videos is I understand soon I'm going to completely be erased. And I'm listening to these people, via V2K, try to make me accept these different versions of reality, manipulate memories in every way possible. And I know at this point it's just like everything is doable, and my brain is going to experience it the way they want me to. You see that person all the way at the end. There's like this person living next door. Oh my gosh, so sad. I think what I'm expecting, I'm not sure. I think this person's child is going to say something that is falsified and say that I did something to her or something. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating. I don't know. Because they've been warning me of some kind of frame. And I'm looking at this woman and like, if it's your child, man, she's so pathetic. But good for you. They're trying to like box in these false memories. And I'm like, this is like, I could have been dead. Sorry, I could have been alive like this person and doing these things. That's why I'm like, tell me how I'm going to be castrated, cut in pieces. Tell me, there's nothing you can do that to make me think that I can change places with this person. Do you know how stupid she has to make herself be? She's one of many. It's so sad. Earlier, they continuously manipulate my memories. That's what they do. They make me experience different version of memories, and sometimes it's just like, come on, man. It's just like it's getting too easy. Like it's not too easy, but it's just like too obvious that you can manipulate me. Like it's, but I'm like, it's good. Me, what I want to do is to continuously show the patterns of the memory manipulation, and they make you try to make me. One thing they like to do when they manipulate the memories, they create a sense of anxiety, so you feel nervous about this. Because the reality is like you're not nervous, it's falsified. That's that. But they try to create a false like sensation of feeling anxious and nervous, and that's the things I deal with. I've made it clear that as a target individual dealing with V2K, memories have been something they've been really, really, really changing. And that's because what they do to me today, they try to go back and say, this is just, we're matching to like what you were thinking or feeling this day or then when you were a child, or when try to find ways. So it goes, what it means is they go into two memories and manipulate those memories to experience something else, to get a feeling, sensation, perception that you weren't experiencing before. You see that video there? That's a video I made a long ago, 2020, October. I literally talk about how they manipulate different perceptions and memories, the way they manipulate memories by manipulating the perceptions of my memory, it's continuously doing that. And that was in 2020 because that's when I decided to make videos about it, right? But I was experiencing already memories before that, but thankfully I decided to start making videos and talking about what I was experiencing, and what I was experiencing then is still being applied today. Sometimes they even go back and manipulate things they would try to do at the time, but because my brain was not that fried, now today they can do it and it's going to go through because of the state of my brain. But that's how it's going to go. I expect nothing but memory manipulations to the nth degree. My goal is to say what I need to say while I can say it. Because I understand there'll be a time when I will never be able to say it. And even if nobody's watching this, I understand that I said it, it's out there. Now, it's going to land the day it's going to land. It's going to get there the day it's going to get there. But these people, I can reassure you, some of these people have already got reimbursed. Maybe not these people specifically in these pictures, but one way or another it's going to come to them. But they're just the bottom feeders. I should not look at them more than what they are. What they are is they're involved in this program where the government contract these people to do this human experimentation, where they develop this technology, but doing these things to people in these foul ways, slander, torture, and all kind of things. It's nasty. And then the technology can do so much to you. Like I said, manipulation of memories. One of the memories they're manipulating right now is something that's just so like, and I think the more obvious it is, the more it's supposed to agitate me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I remember it was July 4th, 2018, something, or 2000, when was it, 2018? I don't remember. I think it was 2018. And we used to go to a parade. I used to be with somebody who's a perp, but what can you do? And I remember this everybody was there, and I remember seeing like kids, like teenage kids, like very little kid, like not little, but like teenager, like 14, 15ish. And I remember some of them dressing a certain way. It's like miniature people dressing, like try to dress like in a sexual way. It was like, what the hell? It's like this little kids now. Look at how they're dressing now. How they're changing my memories of that is they creating like like they try to enhance the breasts. They try to create some things that are not real in my memories, or creating new perceptions. Try to find ways to make me now perceive these kids in a sexual way. These kids that were dressed in these ways, they're dressing like try to be sexual, but now try to make me perceive them in a way that will appeal to me. Like make me perceive them in a way that's appealing to me. And they try to extend things, but it's like miniature human beings try to dress sex. And so you hear the noise campaign, right? They're supposed to be boxing the thoughts. That's the things they're supposed to do to make me lose myself. It's called noise campaign. And you know that's what the government entities are doing. And these government entities who are in charge of these things, actually the people filled with pedophiles, with me, they're in my memories try to make me look at this 14, 15-year-old kid, this tiny, in ways to try to make her look appealing to me, making her breast more womanly, something. Try to find something to try to create sexual. When in reality, it's just like, look at these little things, look dressed like that. Okay, have you seen like a 14, 15 little kid try to dress in a sexy way? It's a joke. It's like, look at this kid. And I remember one of the person I was there with, he was like, oh, these kids nowadays, they're dressed in certain ways. Like, yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't say that, but I was like, I noticed they dress a little bit like, what? They still look like very much kids, but imagine kids trying to dress in a sexy way. It's nasty. Well, it's not. I'm like, oh, look at this kid now. I guess that's how kids are now. Very much looking like kids, but dressed like adults. And they try to create, oh no, you see how you looked at them, you see, and he gave me into the point, was like, he even looked at them, it's like, what? If I was me, and this kid's like that, just walk around me, I wouldn't care for what, because they won't do nothing to me. Today, oh my gosh, the forehead of a child they can create some nasty stimulation. Because they can make me experience sexual stimulations and arousals whenever they want. So now these kids in my brain, they're just like little teenage kids, like barely teenager, even that. And I'm like, look, try to make me perceive them in a sexual way, getting arousals in my memories of them, and try to create. That's what they do. Thankfully, it's not too long ago, so my memory is not that fried up, but it's going there. I know that I'm never going to experience that memory the same way. That's how this technology is so sophisticated. And these people trying to agitate you into accepting these false memories. And you hear these people going to the repetitions that these entities have trained them to do their thing. When they falsify memories, they want you to accept this false memory. But when you see them, like for example, these people, for what they are, you're like, I know what you're trying to do. You think because you yelled like that, I'm supposed to be like, oh, this is real. You're going to go again and change something else. That's what you sold your soul to. And it's like, no, nothing. I was like, yes, exactly. Look at that. Is that something? Yeah, I'd rather be a nothing if that's not something. So my target individual, like I said, they are trying to change you into somebody you're not. There's no shame in them. Like I'm glad because it helps me. So what happens if I see this person, like these people in front of me? You think I'm like, oh wow. They're like, no, they were investigating. Yeah, they're just starting the slanders. And then they start manipulating on August 19, 2019.
I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat.
They're trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. It's disgusting. Take this whole thing into account so much and make it so dramatic. It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting, disgusting, disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through weapons. I don't know. I don't.
What I said. Playing with my dog. Know that attacks continue. I don't let them get me. Today they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use. A people, better said young people, also children and homosexuals. When I aggravated them I usually called demeaning names, and one of them is referring to homosexuals. For me all of the slaves are misfits, society haters, scumbags etc. No, I don't have anything personal against them, homosexuals, but as my way to aggravated the slaves, and since they love to use children for the torture and stalking, street theater etc. Especially teenagers for the stalking at close range with an attitude, they are using them during my sleep in the perversion. Able to impose any information on the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images and imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. This is the conclusion that can be made judging by the influence they have been making on me with their psychotronic weapons, for example artificial thoughts, imagination, and mental torture.